One, two. Yeah, we in the building. My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny. We got some talk about tonight. Some interesting things to talk about tonight. And it's not all pretty. Let's give it a little bit of time for people to get in here. How was everybody's day? Everybody have a good Mother's Day? All right, listen. The topic of today is the N word because that seems like that's going to be something that we all are going to have to I don't know when we hear it at least know how to react because we living in times where it's like people who really I mean I ain't gonna say they lost their mind but they I'm gonna stop the music but they really have lost their mind and they feel like they can be racist. They can be as racist as they want to be. They feel like, in fact, they more comfortable being racist. So it's that's a scary part about it because it's more of a comfortable way of being for them to be racist. Like somebody said today, in a a racist person, that's kind of in their culture is to be racist. So you can't expect them to be anything else. Let me see how this sounds. You can't expect them to be anything else but racist, and that's scary. I'm just trying different things with this. So just give me. Okay, that sounds like it's a little bit better. So that's kind of scary that we really. Now that goes up, so I can hear on that. Mic check. That went out real quick. Let me try this. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right. Okay, so we back. So the one thing that I will say is that we gotta talk to our kids about this new world that we're entering in to. And don't be naive because like our parents, like our grandparents, they told our parents how to survive in a world that was consumed with racism. And the reason they did that because it was important. It was important for survival. Like real talk, if put it like this, I was thinking about this the other day. If it was if racism wasn't a problem and it never was a problem in America, then our parents and stuff like that or our grandparents wouldn't have had to have rules as far as like how to survive. Like we even have rules with as black folks is how to survive like against cops. when you're around cops or cops approach you, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to be this way, you need to answer. You really need to, like somebody said in an instance, give up your rights sometimes. And that's crazy because our rights is something that we should always have, no matter what happens. Our rights is something we should always be able to, have. No, you can't search the car. And do you have profitable cause? Profitable cause. You don't have none of that. No, you need to, but we don't have that power. And people be like, yeah, we free, we only free, to an extent. And it's like, say like any of these instances where like these people was really pissed off, and I can name like two last year, the Charlie Kirk and what was the other one? Crackle Barrel. And it was kind of, I'm not saying that, I'm not going to judge it, but that's what really meant a lot to them, is what I'm saying. And we couldn't really say a whole lot. Like, you look in the paper, and when things happen with us, you see all this rhetoric and talk about we out of control and stuff like that. Like, you don't see that same rhetoric with us because a lot of people know, like, I can't say that. I might lose my job and things like that. I got to keep quiet. So they really have put in position for like us to, to keep a lot of us quiet. A lot of us ain't going to say what needs to be said. But the sad part about it is that your kids will have to deal with it. Your grandkids will have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You went through a whole generation, and that's the problem. You went through a whole generation of you not being called the N-word. You skated through that and the only reason you were able to do that is because of your ancestors, the people who came before you. Because before, you would have been called the N-word freely. Do you understand what I'm saying? As soon as you walked out your house, you would have been hearing people call you the N-word. And you see videos, you go back and you see like videos. It was these little girls. I mean, the sweetest looking little girls you could see on their bikes, and these white kids, white and black, or not, I said white and black, white and white men, and little boys and white little girls, and they was just calling them N-words and just, all types of "we don't want you to be here" type situation, like all of that. And for what? For nothing. That's crazy if you ask me. That's the craziest thing if you ask me. For all that for nothing. And that's the way America was, is what I'm saying. It hadn't changed. It just, we're gonna keep it quiet. We're gonna keep it on the hush. That to me is more of how they downplayed it. And then, like I said, we're a generation, and not even with me, because like when I was young, I do remember hearing it when I was young. So I'm a little bit older than y'all. But if you were born in like the 80s, you didn't hear it, because the reason, and it stopped like in the 80s. And so when you was born, they were stomping it out. Our ancestors, the people came before us, Martin Luther King and things like that, they stomped it out. And so it's not something that they really want to let go. They just realize that they can't function in a world and going around calling people the N-word. It ain't gonna work. People's losing their jobs because of equality. See, that's another thing too. Once you take away like the equality and you like, oh, there's no more racism, then a person could call you out of your name. And that's the whole thing about it, is what I'm saying, is is getting to a point to where they tearing down laws that they're gonna be able to call you that, and you're not gonna there's not anything you're gonna be able to do about it. Because they ripping down them laws and you talk about civil rights. If something happened to us to where we found 5 people hanging on a tree or whatever, we need to get our civil rights out there. They didn't cancel all those departments. So it's like, who would you even go to? Maybe a lawyer or something. People don't know that. They canceled all those departments. That's one thing they doing to civil rights departments. And we need that because and you do know what else? They're giving KKK they finna give them benefits and rights. Are y'all paying attention? At the same time, they finna give KKK benefits and rights. I would argue that he gave January 6ers reparations. If you don't believe that they got something, some type of financial benefit out of it, even okay, you can even say like with ICE. Most of those are the Proud Boys. Most of those are the January 6ers. A lot of them people. They got first dibs. If they wanted to work, you best believe they hired every last one of them. And that was money directly from your pocket. That's money from the government pumping money directly in their pockets. And they loyal as fuck because he got them out of. But they was loyal at first with the January 6th already. If it's like a cult, or even I don't even gonna say a cult. Let's not even go as harsh as it's a cult. Let's say it's like a team. Do you know how hard these people go for their team? People have flipped over cars and stuff for their team. These people are on this team. It's not no team that it's not somebody else that's gonna come along and they're gonna be like, oh, I want to be on their team. Because they team, the reason why they're on the team is because they look, and to them they look the same. Their skin color is the same. It's not, it doesn't have is minus melanin. It's absent of melanin. And that's what combines all of them together. That's something they did, just like how they psychologically did us to where we don't like each other, we don't trust each other. They also psychologically did them. It's been written that at first, especially at first when they came over here, all white people didn't consider themselves the same. They did that. They purposely put all Irish, European, y'all all the same. Y'all just not them. And it worked. As long as y'all not them, y'all cool. Irish, Canadian, just y'all just not them. So they, it's all a psychological game to make sure the outcome is the way that they intend it to be, if whatever that is in life. So, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this. It's a different feeling. I'm telling y'all. I mean, I've been called the N-word a couple of times, and it's a different feeling. This time, I brushed it off because the lady, I don't think she was all the way there, but it got me thinking, like, why are all of these special educated people starting to be more racist? What is pushing them to be more racist? You feel what I'm saying? So we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.